So one thing in JavaScript that's really interesting to understand and know how to use is how to return a function from a function. And this is important when you're dealing with trying to do some type of closure behavior. So for example, let's say we had a counter that starts at 0, and we have a function that basically just increments that counter by 1. So we can go ahead and make a function here that just returns count plus plus. And if we call that a couple times, you'll notice that the counter goes from 0 to 1 to 2. So the issue with this, if you want to have 3 different counters all incrementing at different stages, you can't do this external variable here. So an approach is you can kind of wrap all this code inside of something called a closure. So I can say const make counter returns a function that does the exact same logic. So now this count variable is actually a private variable that's enclosed over this function. And instead of doing all this console logging, I can say const counter 1 is equal to make counter and counter 2 is equal to make counter. So now these two counters have different internal variables that are storing this count. And as I call them, they're going to be incrementing their own separate counter.